Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to the Chicago Cubs. Today we have it's our first chance to rebuild the team. We have our end of season awards coming up momentarily. We'll see among other things who you voted as our MVP. And this is how the playoffs are shaping up. Behind me is the Tampa Bay Rays, just in case obviously you can't see through me. And when we come back from the end of season awards, we'll also be able to see who's won the World Series. So stay right there and we'll be off to the end of season awards momentarily. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Chicago Cubs End of Season Awards! Thank you everybody, thank you so much. Thank you Chicago and welcome to our End of Season Awards here at the Chicago Cubs. It was a season that looked like it was going to be a complete disaster, and then in the end, could almost have ended up going to the playoffs with maybe a little bit of luck going our way. But it wasn't to be. That's what happens when you start like crap, isn't it? But anyway, next season I'm sure will be much, much better. But the boys, they did you proud in the end, so let's give them a big round of applause. Well done, guys. We'll see you back next season, ready to go. First award this evening is for the most wins by a pitcher. And this guy started the season on the injured list, went into the bullpen, and then became possibly the best starter in Major League Baseball. It was amazing. So with 10 wins, congratulations goes to Chris Clarke. Next up, it is the award for the man with the highest batting average. And this man led us off and just gets the job done. Really does. Good defensive glove as well. With an average of 288. We really need this to be going over 300 though, guys. The winner is Nico Hoerner. The next award is the Golden Bullseye, awarded to the player who has been hit most by pitchers. One of my favourite awards, this one, I've got to say. And it took 11 bruisers to win it this year. And the man with the bruisers is Trey Mancini. The next award is the Golden Anchor for the man that drags us down and hits into the most double plays. This is the man we all want to hit over the back of the head with the trophy, isn't it? It's so frustrating when someone hits into a double play. And this man did it 17 times. Tremendous dedication to the cause. Congratulations go to Nick Madrigal. The next award is the Golden Boot, awarded to the pitcher who has issued the most walks. And I've got to say, a respectable number, 69 walks issued this season, which is not too bad, really. And this guy was the star of the rotation all season long. So congratulations, the Golden Boot goes to Justin Steele. The next award is the Golden Glasses, awarded to the man who just struggles to see at times and has struck out the most. And this season, 162 strikeouts was the number to get this. I mean, this award in the past has gone well over 200. So, you know, if you really want the Golden Glasses, guys, you are going to have to lift your game. But congratulations, nonetheless, go to Trey Mancini. The next award is the Golden K, awarded to the pitcher with the most strikeouts. And in the past, we've seen this award go for, you know, over 200 strikeouts, but only 138 this season, so we need to work on this, boys. But the Golden K, nonetheless, does go to Justin Steele. The next award is the Golden Broom for the man who sweeps the bases clean and has the most RBIs. And this guy, 98 in the end. I think he got half of those in August and September. He was brilliant. So congratulations. The broom goes to Trey Mancini. The next award is for the best ERA amongst our pitchers. And another guy that started the season on the injured list, spent the season in the bullpen, and to be honest, I barely noticed him. So he must have done a decent job. ERA of 241. Congratulations, Codi, Heuer, I think your name is pronounced. The next award is for the man with the most home runs, and this guy was an absolute revelation this season. I don't think anybody saw this coming. 31 home runs in the end. A little bit disappointing towards the end of the season, but that's okay. Everybody else batted well. Congratulations goes to Edwin Rios. The next award is the Horse's Ass, awarded to this season's worst player. And there were two guys that are just overpaid bums, to be honest, and I couldn't split them. They both deserve some sort of recognition for their season. So the joint horses' asses this season are Kyle Hendricks and Jamison Talon. Now it is a time to acknowledge this season's best pitcher. Now there is a formula we use to determine this award. That, along with all of tonight's winners, is listed down in the description below the video. But in third place with a score of 21.7 is Stroman. He just apparently does quite well. In second place with a score of 21.79, so only a smidge ahead, was Fulmer. But the winner, with a score of 25.86, it was the star of the bullpen, Brandon Hughes. I know, we don't know who any of these people are yet, but we'll learn names. Next up, it's time to acknowledge the best hitter, and again, there is a formula we use to determine this, which is again down in the description below. But in third place with a score of 37.18, it is double play man Nick Madrigal. In second place with a score of 40.83 is best batting average man Nico Hoerner. But unsurprisingly, with a score of 43.05, the winner is Mr. Baseball, Mr. August and September, Trey Mancini. And now it's time for the big one, the Golden All-Star for this season's MVP. And I want to thank everybody who took the time to nominate and then vote for your MVP this season. And with 57% of the vote, this season's MVP is Edwin Rios. Well done. Well done. Congratulations to Edwin and the rest of the winners this evening. We've got a busy off-season ahead of us. Not as busy as I thought it was going to be come the end of July, but we're going to have some stuff to do nonetheless. But I hope you all enjoyed your time out this evening, enjoyed the season as a whole, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you back at Wrigley next year as we look to go a few better and make that postseason. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Chicago. Thank you so much. Thank you. Alright, end of season awards are done, and the LA Dodgers are the World Series champions. 4-3 they won, or 4 games to 3 they've beaten the Guardians. I think the Blue Jays won, the Guardians won it the first year, so that suggests that Cleveland's on for quite a good year this year to have it, in two separate worlds that they've made the World Series, and all the way to Game 7 as well against the Dodgers team that I imagine is pretty strong. So that is that. Now, we have got a little bit of news here, and it starts with not great news, and that is that Trey Mancini has voided the last year of his contract to test free agency. And the bad news for that is if we go and try and offer him a new contract extension, we cannot afford it. We are $22 million over where we want to be. So Trey Mancini, who was going to be a big part of my team next season, gone, which is obviously disappointing. Now, we might be able to get him back here. We've got Cody Bellinger. He is going to remain a part of the team. Option year needed. I want to keep him, so we want to execute the option, right? Yes. So everybody's happy. So Bellinger will stay. Gomez, I'm willing to let him go. He's not a particularly good bat. He's 36. Yes, he's a good defensive catcher, but I just feel like yeah, we're going to avoid that. He can go. $6 million, not worth it in my world. Stroman, turns out his numbers were quite good, so he's decided to stay. Hendricks, oh my God, can we get rid of him? Oh, thank you, Jesus. What a day this has already been. Tucker Barnhart has decided to execute his player option. He will stay a member, so he can just come straight back in and replace Gomes, really, can't he? That works. Just as good a defensive catcher and can play back up to Amaya. New season goals: play 500, acquire a Golden Glove winner, final balance of $26 million, find a top 20 prospect, build the minor league system, bring some drafted players into the team, and keep building up your team to reach the playoffs in the next 4 seasons, which we will try very much to do. Staff member retires. It's the bench coach. We need to find a new bench coach. That we can do. Arbitration begins. So let's go and have a look at this very quickly. Justin Steele, 1.9 million. That is a steal. Alzole, 1.4, I guess is okay. Brolt, no, I don't particularly want you. You are the garbage, so we'll withdraw that. You can become a free agent again. Heuer, 1.2. He was okay in the bullpen. Wick, yeah, He's probably tradable, so that's fine. Torrens 1.7 is pushing the friendship a little bit, isn't it? I mean, he's a decent catching option, not the greatest defensively, an okay bat. He's not a leader or anything like that. I don't think that's worth us keeping, although he might be tradable. We'll leave it for now. I'll try and trade him. Edwin Diaz, yes, he's good. Hoerner can stay. Madrigal can stay. And Rojas can stay for that as well. Fulmer is going to have to go. Gomes and Mancini are all going to have to leave because we can't afford it. We've decided, can't afford to keep more. We've decided to let. I wonder, though, if we voided Kyle Hendricks' 14 million contract and Gomes' 6 million contract, if that gives us a starting balance. No, we still don't have. I just want to keep him. All right, well, he's done. All right, our first move of the offseason is done. We have acquired Jack Perkins off of, we claimed him off of waivers. I don't know why he was being waived, to be honest. It says he's a starter. I mean, he's not really. He's very much, we got him as a relief pitcher. He might even be the answer to the question, who's going to be our closer next season? Vargas is an option, but this guy could also be an option as well. Only 23. So, yeah, I think we've done well to get him for absolutely nothing. Very pleased with that. But Golden Gloves have been awarded. And we have a look here at the American League. We can see all the winners there. But, of course, our interest is in the National League. And in the National League, are there any Cubs? And it doesn't look like there are. So we'll try again next year on that one. Next up, it's Reliever of the Year. And in the American League, it is Matty Brash of the All-Canadian Blue Jays fame that has won it. And if we go over to the National League, we can see it is Josh Hader. And perhaps unsurprisingly, no Cubs there either. Next up, we have the Silver Sluggers. So in the American League, we can see all the Silver Sluggers there. I don't think there's any real surprises. Is there maybe that first base is not Vlad Jr. And over in the National League, as if to just be rubbing our faces in it, there it is down there. Designated hitter, Silver Slugger, Trey Mancini. That is just... It's just heartbreaking, isn't it? He had a wonderful end to the season. I didn't realize he had this option thing, which is so annoying. But anyway, he's won that. Well done to him. All right, so Rookie of the Year, Gunnar Henderson of the Baltimore Orioles. He is always looking quite good whenever I see him in the game, so no surprise there. National League, and it has gone to Miguel Vargas of the Dodgers. And again, maybe unsurprisingly, no Cubs there either. Manager of the Year, I doubt that's going to be us. And it is the Cleveland manager that wins it for the American League. National League manager, unsurprisingly, goes to the World Series winning Dave Roberts of the Dodgers. Next up, it is Cy Young. And in the American League, it goes to Sean Bieber. He has won that comprehensively, it looks like, so well done to him. And over to the National League, and it goes to Corbin Burns of the Milwaukee Brewers. We can see everybody else there. Brandon Woodruff, who shut us down a couple of times, and Verlander there, only picking up the one vote. I think it's a vote or whatever it is, 1 point. So that is that. MVP is up next. And to go with his Rookie of the Year, Gunnar Henderson has also won MVP, so that's not a bad rookie season at all, is it? Well done to him. And in the National League, it is Mookie Betts, one of the great names of the Dodgers that has won it ahead of Olsen, Riley of the Braves, and then Miguel Vargas, who also had a very good rookie season, is up there as well. And again, unsurprisingly, there are no Cubs to be seen. All right, I think we're going to have free agency soon, aren't we? We have breaking news out of Chicago as the Cubs sign designated hitter Trey Mancini to a 3-year, $8.5 million extension. Now, GM Aussie had this to say just moments ago. Look, I just don't think there was ever any doubt that Trey was going to be staying with the Cubs. He's a valued member of the team, and we really like having him around. Before I forget, Trey, any emails you got from me before today, just delete them. Yeah, mate, yeah, I got hacked or something. So here we go. This is huge news. Trey Mancini has signed an extension, 3 years, $8 million the first year, 8.5 the next two, and I couldn't be happier to get it done. You know, when he's 34, he should still have some use to us, and if he can play like he did the last 2 months of this season throughout the season, then that is well, it's going to be huge for us, isn't it? So designated hitter, very much in position for next season. He can play a bit of first base. He can cover the outfield for us as well. I think this is, like I say, a big piece of the puzzle secured in for 3 years. All right, arbitration hearings have happened. Let's have a look and see how we did. So Heuer gets 1.2, which is well, 1.8. I wouldn't have signed him for that. Nico Hoerner gets 6 million. He wanted a little bit more than that. To be fair, he's probably worth a little bit more. Madrigal gets the 2 million that we offered, so that's excellent news. Rojas is on 4.8, so a little bit less than what he wanted as well. As Alzole has to leave. I can't say his name, and he's got a little bit more than we wanted as well. Justin Steele has got so more. Again, he's our best starting pitcher, so to give him 2.2 essentially is absolutely no problem at all. Edwin Rios gets 2.4, which is a steal for someone who hit as many home runs as he did, and Wick, 1.8 for someone that spent this year in AAA is probably still decent money for him, to be honest. So let's go and see what free agency looks like. All right, so if we start here with the international free agents, now there is a very good shortstop from Mexico. He's 30. We don't need a shortstop. We have Swanson. But I tell you what does perk my interest is this guy, a 23-year-old from Japan, who is an absolute monster, only wants 1.9 million, and I can't offer him that money quick enough, if I'm honest. We'll give you a straight-out Major League deal. To be fair, he will probably need to, was he 23? Let's give him 10 years. He will probably need to spend a little bit of time in AAA just to get used to things. But now it's just this is where my lack of knowledge comes in. Is he's gonna be on arbitration for a little bit? Is that what's gonna happen here? Let's leave that for now, and we'll try and I'll try and figure out how to get him into the club because he looks like he could be quite good, doesn't he? All right, let's have a look now at the actual free agents. So this is probably the best way to do it, isn't it? So here's the guy we want to try and... It's just impossible to sign now. I must have annoyed him. So that's frustrating. God damn it. I would have really liked to get him. We've got Liam Hendricks is up. Okay, 8 million for him. We can't afford that, can we? So I will have a bit of a look around at what we can do here. And we probably do need a starting pitcher. But we had one of our guys actually win the AAA Pitcher of the Year. So we do always have that option. Charlie Morton could be an option. 3.8 a year. That could be doable for us. So yeah, we'll just say we'll have a look around. We'll see what we can do here. We don't have that much money to spend. We've got... Oh, no, we don't. We do have some money. We've got 40 million for extensions and 19 million for free agency. So getting rid of those guys we've got rid of has helped us. So that could be huge. All right, let's see what we can work here. All right, we have done a trade with the Tigers, and Oswaldo Cabrera has left us. He didn't really thrill me this season, to be honest. And, I mean, he's a bit of an average bat, average defensive player. So there was nothing really, I don't feel like that we're giving up too much. And it is a two-player deal, so we've also given up a prospect in Kevin Valdez. I have little concern about this one. He might make it, but I think we've done better than what we've given up. So the first player that we've got and the main player in the trade is Brandt Hurter. He is going to be a starting pitcher for us. He did have a season pitching for the Tigers this year, ERA of 383, that included 12 starts, and yeah, an ERA plus of 117. So I think he's an above average starter to come in, left arm as well, which is always a nice thing to have. And the other player we got in this one is relief pitcher / borderline starter Reese Olson. He has good leadership attribute, which is obviously a good thing. But yeah, just a good, solid bullpen all-starting pitcher. Only 24, so perhaps there is room to improve. And yeah, we'll see how he goes. He pitched, 12.1 innings for the Tigers last season in Major League. 292 ERA and an ERA plus of 153. So there were certainly signs there that he could play at this level. So let's hope that that works out. But I think overall, with taking the whole trade into account, I think we've done the Tigers there. I'm happy with the players we've got than I am disappointed with the players that we lost. Okay, welcome back. It is Rule 5 draft time, and there are a couple of players that I think we're going to have a go at trying to get in here. The first is Matt Cantorino. I think we could definitely put up with him in our bullpen, couldn't we? So we'll try and get him if we can. And the other one, I think we're still a catcher short. Barnhart's leaving into this season anyway. I'm wondering... Thomas Nido, very, very good defensive catcher. Could he be an option for us? And if he's not around by the time we go again, Alfonso here is a young 24, and I think a decent bat and possibly a good catcher as well that's younger and cheaper. So we'll see what happens here, but we'd like to get two if we can. Okay, so we do have a first pick. Now, Cantorino is still around. This guy's also here. Very good power. We don't need outfielders, but we could certainly... It's difficult to say no to him as well, isn't it? But I think we needed a closer, so we'll go and do that. I do like that. And like I say, if it doesn't work out, we can always just... why can't we do him? Okay, that should be good. Apparently you need room on your 40-man roster to be able to do this. So we just got rid of some of the dregs. Now we do have a second go at this. Now, is our catcher still around? It doesn't look like the catcher is still around. So I think we go and we take this guy. We figure out how to keep him in the lineup for a year. And we go from there. Because that's a very, very good bat, I feel, to not get for nothing. So we'll go and do that as well. And fingers crossed. All right, now let's have a look here. We do have another pick if we want it, and I've got to say, Bo Naylor, there is still some catches around. I've absolutely fallen in love with Big Bo in the Toronto Blue Jays save, so I'm going to go and get him, and he can be our backup catcher for the year. This is not because he's good, it's because I want to. Okay, so it looks like we've lost 2 players. Keegan Thompson, he's decent, isn't he? I suspect we might see him back. He's gone to the Angels for now. And Kevin Alcantara, again, I think we might see... Maybe we won't. Maybe he's gone off to the Giants. I mean, I just feel like we have better players, so I'm not too concerned about either of those guys leaving. But this is all very, very exciting now when we move towards spring training. All right, we have done a trade. We have sent Tucker Barnhart off to the LA Dodgers. Now, we are keeping 100% of his salary. He is free agent end of the year anyway. I just really wanted to get him off the books, to be honest. He wasn't... I don't like him. I just know nothing against him personally. I just don't like him. So we've got him out, and the player we've got in... I'm really keen to try and build up our pitching options, our pitching stocks for this season. So we've got in Curvin Castro. Love the name. Does he have and he has a good curveball. That is incredible. So Curvin Castro will be with us this season. He's down in our A ball right now. He'll be higher than that when the season starts. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I think we've got ourselves a useful player for someone that, to be honest, I just won't use. Other people would. I just wouldn't. All right, we have picked 2 players off of waivers. The first is Ronnie Henriquez. We've got him out of Minnesota, I think it was. Yes, no, he didn't have a great season with them last season. We only pitched 5-6 innings in the Major League Baseball. Now, he says he's a starting pitcher. This is him as a relief pitcher, which is quite good. If we go and have a look at him as a starting pitcher... So as a starting pitcher, we can see not quite as good, but still useful. Whether he gets into our starting rotation or not, I think spring training will tell. But he's 23 years old. He's on minimum wage. So yeah, we'll see what we get with him. And the other player we've got, couldn't get him in the 5th Rule 5 draft. We got him off of waivers. Thomas Nido. I've got him before. I do really like him because he is just such a good defensive catcher. Now, is he going to be first choice? Is... something I'm thinking about right now. I think a lot of it's going to depend on how he does with a bat. I think defensively, that's a no-brainer. Bo Naylor will need to stay in the Major League team this year, whether it's catcher. He can play pretty much anywhere, though, so he could just be, well, it would be silly to not have a third catcher in the roster, really. So it's whether we keep Amaya or give him another season in AAA just to help his development along a little bit, but he did okay this year in majors, though his bat wasn't brilliant. So anyway, we've got some depth, some strength in depth is never a bad thing, is it? So yeah, that's good. All right, this is big news. We got our man. We have got in Shihai Narita Fate, as his nickname is. And, well, if you'd like to have a player named after you, if you are supporting Patreon of equivalent level or channel member, then this might be a guy of interest to you. But, yeah, no, it says it is auto renew. Okay, so that's good news. My plan here is that, well, I've got a plan. I think we'll wait till we get to the end of the episode before we go through things, but he could be a game changer, couldn't he? So, yeah, I suspect the first season he will probably struggle a little bit. But long term, we've got a bit of a star here, I hope, anyway. All right, we are at spring training, which brings us to the end of today's episode. But before we do that, let's have a quick look of the team as I see it heading into opening day. Spring training, of course, could change things, particularly with the bullpen, so I'm not going to go through that too much. But we'd be looking at Nico Hoerner to lead off the lineup for us at second base. Good defensive second baseman. Did a good job getting on base last year. No reason to really change him from that role, I don't think. We'd be looking at second in the lineup, and third base would be Josh Rojas. He's a solid enough third baseman. He could play second, but there's no point weakening second base to put him there. And again, he was a good bat for us last year. Our All-Star, of course, let's not forget either. Batting third, and controversy, I can already see it at first base, Trey Mancini. He's a decent defensive first baseman, a very good bat as he showed last year. And yeah, so let's put him at first for this season. And taking Mancini's spot as the designated hitter is Narita, the newly acquired player. This obviously means Edwin Rios, controversially, won't be in the starting lineup as I see things right now. But yeah, I mean, I think overall we've got a bit of an upgrade, in the two positions here. Batting 5 and at left field is Joshua Mears. Now, of course, we got him at Rule 5 draft. He would need to stay in the on the active roster, and there's no reason why he can't play left field, and with power like that, there's no reason why he can't do well in the batting box as well. Batting 6 at shortstop would be Dansby Swanson. He finished last season like a house on fire. If he can pick up where he left off, then he's going to have a potentially, all-star, almost MVP style season. So, yeah, let's hope we do get that sort of season from him. Batting 7 and in a contract year would be Codi Bellinger, another one that finished last season like a house on fire. If he can pick up where he left off, then he could be on for a second MVP season. But again, that's a long, long way away. I'd be happy if he just did a little bit better than, instead of batting 247, maybe bat 260, 270, and just keep what he's doing in the outfield going, because he was very solid for us. Moving down to 9 and staying in the lineup in right field would be Seiya Suzuki. He is a good defensive player. He was atrocious with the bat last season, batting 229. He needs to do way, way better, but he did have a few injuries. He's on 20 million as well. I've tried to trade him, to be honest. Couldn't get rid of him, so we just need to hope he's better. And then right now, I think I'm seeing Thomas Nido as our starting catcher. He's just a very good defensive catcher. He can be, hopefully, a solid enough bat. If he can bat, I mean, he batted 219 last year at the Mets. If he can bat, it's like 250. I know it's a big increase, but if he can do that for us, he'd be worth his weight in gold, I'd say. Now, starting rotation, we're looking at Justin Steele as being our number one man. He was our best pitcher last season, I'd say, in the starting rotation anyway. So, yeah, we need to hope that he can back that up and do even better this season coming. Second, we've got Chris Clarke. He was brilliant again last season as well, moving him once we moved him into the starting rotation. He was good in the bullpen as well, to be honest. So, yeah, we'll see what he can do this season as a full season starter. Third, and another guy in a contract year. We're not going to be renewing him at 21 million. I can sort of give you that spoiler alert now. He was solid last year. If he can be solid again, he'll be a good number 3 guy. Number 4 in the rotation is one of the new men, Brent Heuer. Let's hope that he does well. And there's no reason why he shouldn't. He had some time at playing with the Tigers last year and did well. So, yeah, let's hope he can carry that over to Chicago with him. And then the 5th spot in the rotation right now is a bit of a toss-up between Cole Sands, who started really well last year and just sort of gradually got a little bit worse as the season went on. He could easily drop back into the bullpen, so I'm not too concerned about him. But his spot in the starting rotation is going to be fought out in spring training with last season, I guess you call it the AAA Cy Young equivalent, Ben Brown. Now, he was really, really good for Iowa last season. 31 starts, an ERA of 3.20. He had a whip of 122, ERA plus of 155, a WAR of 4.2. So he is deserving of a chance to show what he can do. And if he does a good job in spring training, because he did so well last year, I will give him the spot over Sands. But he needs to earn it in spring training. But there we go. That is the team as I see it. Let me know what you think of that. It should do okay, I'd like to think. We will be back next episode though for opening day, which will be away to Cincinnati. And hopefully we'll get a good solid spring training in. I'll be able to have a look at a few extra players as well, which will be nice. We didn't get to do that before last season. And yeah, hit the ground running opening day. And yeah, who knows? Maybe even play above 500 next season. Until then, guys, take care.